Welcome. It's Wednesday. It's 3 o'clock in UK. It's 10 a.m. Eastern, and I'm just waiting to actually go live on Amazon. No, I'm not. That's later. Okay, it's Stephen in Wonderful Wiltshire. I know that I'm now live on YouTube, and I can hear myself, so I'm going to close that tab. One of the things about live broadcasting is never have more tabs open than you need, because each tab, well, uses resources. So I'm going to flash Facebook as well. So the only tab I've got open now is my studio, because it's just me on screen. I don't need to have any other tabs open. And during the course of the next 45, 50 minutes, I'm going to explore the topic which is down below, which is promoting live broadcast. Now, we spend a lot of time in planning and creating live broadcast, and then we think about the audience. But the audience is as important as the content. When you're actually, well, let's just bring this up on screen, because we're live on the OneStream YouTube channel, and we're talking about promoting live broadcasts. I want to say a big thank you to the graphics team at OneStream for producing these beautiful graphics each week. Because that graphic is important. That's the graphic that I use to promote this broadcast. Well, I'll tell you the story. Let's just bring this up on screen and show it into the broadcast. Place the existing one and go like this. There you go. Promoting live broadcast. What we're going to be looking at, the introduction we're doing now. We're going to be talking about planning your content, collaborating with others, creating a landing page, starting a group so that all your viewers can be, well, I'll explain that. Email still plays a part in marketing a live broadcast, so sending email notifications. Promote as you go live. Now, this is the one that I'm now on. At 2 minutes to the hour, I sent out a notification that I was live on YouTube using that card, using the text that I used on YouTube, and that went out 2 minutes before I went live. So anybody seeing it on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, 3 different Facebook positions. It was on live video with Stephen. It was on live video production. Wherever people saw that, they could see that I'm live. Okay, and what you're actually doing is catching people's attention straight away. And that is important. So before you go live, you need to promote. We go here, and come back again. So move that up there. So promote as you're going live. I'll come back to that and I'll expand on that a little bit more. In order to entice people to a future broadcast, you can share highlights from a previous live stream. And the final thing we're going to talk about today is going live before the main broadcast. And that's key. All of these, if from this broadcast today, if you get one takeaway, one thing that you can do to increase your audience on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, then that's my job done. I'm here to give you some ideas on how you can promote your broadcast before you go live, when you're live, and after you're live. And just go with the after you're live. Basically, not everybody's available at the time you go live. If you're watching this now on YouTube, I want to say thank you. If you found me on YouTube, thank you. But not everybody can do that, because I go live, basically, I go live 10 a.m. Eastern to catch everybody just as they're starting their day, and 3 p.m. in the UK, which is about the time people take coffee and or tea, because this is the UK, so people will be drinking tea right now. I'm going to be having coffee when this broadcast finished. But if you take away one thing from this broadcast today, then my job is done. Just one idea. Okay, now I've come up with some ideas as to what you can do to promote your broadcast, and they are built around the way that I promote this broadcast on a Wednesday. Always have, let's talk about it. If I bring this in, okay, and I'm going to go off to one side. So I'm over here. Perhaps the other way around. If I just swoosh that, I love the fact I can swoosh. Okay, so introduction. I think we've covered the introduction. I'm Stephen, live from Wiltshire, broadcasting on the OneStream.Live YouTube channel, and we're talking today about promoting live broadcasts. Because if you don't, promoting is as important as creating the content and planning. Because if you don't do that, then nobody will see it. Okay, so plan your content. Now, this is key. What you want to do is, first of all, we've talked about this before, but broadcast about a topic that you are passionate about. Okay, that you've got knowledge about, knowledge you want to share, stories that you want to tell, and plan it. Like I've done here, do a run of show. Simply, bullet point as to what you're going to talk about. Plan it, and that's where it all begins. So you're going to put together a show which can be 30 minutes or 60 minutes, it's up to you. And it's going to have all the topics you're going to talk about, and you're going to go through the topics one by one, cross them off as you do. I'm going to attempt to do that from my studio, and I'm going to go here. So if I go here and show, and I'm looking for number 2, I might have to put my glasses on a minute. This happens every week. No, I've got it. I can actually read it today. I'm having a good reading day. Okay, plan your content. Basically, as we could in the broadcast, you want to have good quality content and rehearse it. Always practice it. I mean, basically, the way I do this, and those who've watched before will know, is that I take a topic which we've agreed on, OneStream and I've agreed, the OneStream family agree on it, and I go off to the various GPT lookalike. I get myself a title, I get myself all the information I need for the live broadcast. I read through it a couple of times, and then I put together the run of show, the agenda, and then I go out for a 5-mile walk, wearing my headset with my Fitbit. Both are on charge at the moment. And I just think about the run of the show, because I've been through it a couple of times. I know what it is, and I'm deciding exactly what stories I'm going to tell in each section. Yeah? So when it comes to now, I know the topics I'm going to talk about. I know the stories I'm going to tell. I'm prepared. But that's only half the story. That's me prepared. That's the content prepared. The next thing is we've got to have a situation where you're actually promoting it. So just give me a second in my studio. And I'm going to push that across again. So planning your content, we've talked about it. That's the first step. Now, one of the things about live broadcasting is collaborate with others. And I'm just going to go down here and up here. And yeah, so collaborate with others is a thing. Let's come to me. Okay. If you're going to build a following, and you're going to build that following from your Facebook page, then you're restricting yourself, because it's only your fans who are actually going to be interested. What you want to be is in a position where people get to know, like, and trust you, and they will come because they've seen you. Now, in terms of seeing you, there are 2 things which are relevant, and I'm just trying to find item number 3, which is here, which is collaborate with others. And as it says underneath, one of the greatest ways that you can collaborate is by being a guest on somebody else's show. This is actively build, and it doesn't sound right, but if you're a guest on somebody's show, you're reaching out to people who've not heard from you before. And if you tell your great stories whilst you're live on somebody else's broadcast, people will remember you. And if you can get an invite back, so you can do it twice, it sort of sinks in people's memory. So have a plan to be a guest on other people's broadcasts. Now, these can be friends, they can be people Right. Being a guest on the show is easier than broadcasting and hosting because you don't have to talk all the time. Find people who you know and people whose company you enjoy and ask if you can be a guest on their show talking about the topic of, okay, so tell them what you like to talk about and they will come back and say whether they're interested or not. Now, this is a bit like cold calling because in cold calling and selling, basically for every time that you get somebody to say, yes, I'd love you to have you on my show, they're going to be 9 times out of 10 where they'll just say, sorry, I'm not interested. Don't worry about those. Concentrate on the ones who want you on their broadcast. Now, do to broadcast at their normal time. Okay, my good friend Joe Shepherd and I are working together on a project. And Joe is on a OneStream panel show, which goes out every month as himself and DJ Strick and Erica. And basically it goes out at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, 6 p.m. Central Time is 12 p.m. in Ireland and the UK. So Joe is going live at midnight because he's fitting in with the host of the show. And that's what you've got to be prepared to do. You can't ask them to change the time to suit you. You've got to go at the time they want to go live. Have a portfolio of the stories you can tell and be ready to be a guest on people's shows. Remember why you're doing this. You're doing this to reach a wider audience. You're promoting yourself. You're promoting your own broadcast. When you've told your stories, you'll be asked, when do you broadcast? How can people find you? That's when you can promote your broadcast on other people's shows. Yeah? So that's one way of collaborating with other people to everybody's benefit. Because from the host point of view, they're getting a great guest. Okay, and you can agree the questions beforehand. He or she knows the topics you're going to talk about, and it's just fun to do. Okay, being live with 2 people on screen is a totally different thing than being live solo. In some ways, it's easier, especially when you're not hosting the show. So be a guest, be open to ideas, and don't be afraid of asking. I heard about somebody who had thousands of people watching their live broadcast, and I reached out to them, and I didn't expect a reply. I did not expect a reply. And the lady in question replied, saying, yes, I'd love to be on your broadcast. What time is it? And I said, well, it goes out at 10 o'clock on Wednesdays in the UK. And I didn't realise that she lived in Canada. So she basically was broadcasting live at 5 o'clock in Canada as I was 10 o'clock in the UK. And I didn't realise until afterwards that she had got up early to actually be on my broadcast. So put yourself out. Yeah. Broadcast at the time they want to, and don't be afraid to ask. As I say, the lady in question, I didn't expect to get the interview. I didn't. It was just a spur of the moment thing. I'd love to know how you get so many viewers on the live. And I'm glad we did for many reasons. But the one that I'm illustrating today is the fact that she was broadcasting from Canada at 5 o'clock in the morning, looking better than I do at 10 o'clock. Now, so be a guest. The other side of that, of course, is that you can invite people to be guests on your own broadcast. Now, this is in addition to the broadcast you want to promote. This is extra work, but it's worth it because what you're actually doing is inviting people to be guests on your show. And again, you can reach out and you can ask people, would you like to be a guest on my show? This is what my show is about. This is the time that I go live. I would love to talk to you, to chat to you. You could use the interview word if you want, but you don't need to interview people. Yeah, it's a friendly fireside chat about topics that they love to talk about. And let's face it, we all love to talk about our favourite topics, our passion. And to have them on a broadcast on your channel, on your page, brings in people, and those people, okay, come not just from your following, but from your guest following as well. So what you're actually doing is getting followers of your guests to visit your page. And that's basically a very straightforward. It's a win-win situation, because if you invite somebody as a guest in your show and you gel, everything works, then they may well invite you onto their show. We've been there already. Okay, so they may invite you onto their show, but their followers have actually been on your page. And whilst they're listening to you, they'll be scanning your page and looking at your main broadcast. So promoting, either by being a guest on the show or inviting guests onto your own additional broadcast. Yeah, this is it. You make it a special, yeah, a chat special, an interview special, and invite your guests along. You don't have to restrict it to one guest. If you know people who will get on, I mean, Marco Novo. Marco's a great friend. Marco is from Portugal. He and I broadcast now as a live, and we broadcast together earlier this week. He has just one rule of thumb, really. When he's doing a live broadcast with a guest, he is on that live broadcast to learn from the guest. And he asks the questions that we'd want to ask that guest. And he learns through the broadcast. At the very least, you're actually watching somebody and checking out their presence on camera and their way of storytelling. But Marco goes that stage further. He's on a quest for knowledge. And that quest for knowledge is fed by the guests he has on his show. Okay, so that's point 2. On some of these, as you can see, I may get carried away, but we're going to try and keep on tag. And I'm going to go here again. So that was point 3, which is collaborate with others. Be a guest on other people's shows, invite them to be a guest on your show. And now we're going for number 4. Now this may be strange. Okay, because number 4 is now you can still hear me. I need to edit that for a moment because I've forgotten something. So I'm going to show you how flexible this system is. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here and update in the file. Always be ready to do running repair. Okay, so now we've got OneStream logo. Okay, start a group. Okay, there basically it's starting a fan club really for your broadcast, for your brand. Start a group, and the easiest way to do this is start a Facebook group. I've got a Facebook group with just over 9,000 members in it. And basically, if you get a group going, and it's hard work at first, but this is a group centered around your brand and around the topics that you talk about. Every time you go live, you post a link to the group, inviting people to join the group. Yeah. And basically, the group is a place for people to talk about your topic, hopefully to talk about you and your broadcast. But this is a great way to promote, because what you can do in a group is that you can make people special. Yeah, because you're not posting in public. The group is private. It's a secure, safe place for you to connect with people of like mind, and you've invited everybody. Yeah, you invited people who've watched your show, people who know you, people who you know are interested in your topic. Invite them in. The only thing that can happen when you invite somebody is one of two things. They either join or they don't. If they join, it's a win. And if they don't join, they may join later. Yeah, because not everybody likes to be on a new thing. Yeah, if you take, for argument's sake, if we take Thread, which is the new Instagram network, and not everybody wants to be there in the beginning because they want to see where it's going, what's happening. And it's the same with your new Facebook group. People want to see what's happening. They want to see the number of members growing, yeah? And the number of daily posts growing. And this is a great place to actually get your message out. And you can be, right, because you're all interested in the same topic, people will start to post their take on your topic. And what you should do, as soon as somebody posts something in your group, is you should comment. You should interact with everybody in the group. Now, the other thing you can do from OneStream.Live, of course, is to actually go live in your group, and you can make everybody feel special, because you can say, if you're a marketer, if you're selling something, you can obviously, when you go live in the group, you can give free advice, yeah, to people in the group, okay? And then you can lead into your broadcast, you can lead into product, and you can, guess what? You can invite guests. And if you want, you can allow other people to broadcast in the group. But the thing is, what you're actually building is a tribe. And it's a tribe of people who you want them to enjoy being part of your group. And you make sure that they've got everything they need. That if they've got a question, it gets answered by you or by somebody else. If they want to post, you let them post. When they do post, you comment online. And you encourage interactivity. Now, the thing about a group is it's most powerful in its first 3 to 6 months. And you can get off to a great start by going live in the group, by encouraging other people to go live in a group, by getting a group, give the group a hug every so often. You can build your brand in your own style in a Facebook group, and you can give special offers away to everybody who's in the group. Group's private, so offers don't get shown outside, and the offer can be anything that you want. Yeah. So start a group. If you don't want to do it on Facebook, and I can understand why, then you can start a group. Just let me go here. I'm just going to get it down here and go stickers. And if I want you to check something out, so just let me put this in. So I just talked about this. I'm just going to remove something. Okay. And I'm going to say yes to that, which means I can add a new one. Okay. If you don't want to go and have a Facebook group, just let me type in here. Hang on. I need to put my glasses on. I've got away with it so far, but excuse me for a moment. I can put this on screen. I'm just trying to find it again. I'm going to show it on screen, and there it is at the bottom of the screen. The one that you want, and let's go back up here and go to balance. As far as starting a group is concerned, yeah, there is an app which I use, which is great. And basically, if you've got a WordPress site, you can host your own group using Uki, UUKI. Just search for it, you'll find it as a free trial. I mean, the thing is, if you're using live video to market and promote, then having your own group on Uki is, well, I love it. I just got to say, it works out the box. They're expanding it all the time. It's a very reliable system. And that's just a one-off. Just basically check out the Uki. I'm just going to go stickers again. So I'm going to take that off and hide it, and then I'm going to come back up. So as we go to banners again, and we go to group, start a group. That's what we're talking about. Start on Facebook, invite people, get people to invite people. Plus 3 to 6 months, put your heart and soul into it. What you're actually doing is building a tribe of people who will come to know you. And when you go live, this is the promotion that you've done inside the group. When you go live, you can post a link to the live broadcast, and people will come. The thing is that people come to watch you live, and in the group you can post the replay. I'll come back to replays later. but all your content can go in the group as a replay. And again, you can do that from OneStream. Okay, everything I'm talking about today obviously works on OneStream, and starting a group is a great way to actually promote your broadcast and your brand and the specials. Just a reminder, we're actually talking about promoting my broadcast on. I'm broadcasting from OneStream.Live. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire, England, just taking a 30-second breather, and that's the breather over. So I'm just going to remove that, and it should bring it back to here. Okay, so starting a group. Okay, now for years, I've been networking since forever. And back in the day, all my marketing friends used to say, email. What you need is an email system and an email list, so that when you've got something to say, you can email people. Now, I've got to say that email lists have never gone away, but they are making a comeback. An email list is basically you send out a weekly newsletter which has got information about what you're up to, about a topic, about blogs that have been written, not just by you, by everybody. So it's an entertaining, informative newsletter that you send out to an email list. And if you've got an email list, then you can put a link to your live broadcast and to your replay. So promotion via email is still a thing. I just need to edit that again. Just let me edit, and I'm going to do this. Should see the logo in a second. Yep, send email verification notifications out of your broadcast. I mean, there's never. When do you start an email list? When's the best time to start an email list? Now. Simple answer. Basically, an email list is forever. It's not dependent on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or LinkedIn. The email list is yours. You are the custodian of that email list. You invite people to your email list through the website. Just click a button and subscribe. Now, I use a product called SendFox, SendFox, and I got it as an AppSumo deal, and it may still be there. I'll put notes in after this broadcast. But basically, SendFox allows you to build an email list and then send emails out on a regular basis to people on the list. People opt in. It's a double opt-in. So promotion-wise, you can use the weekly email to tell people of upcoming shows. As soon as you've scheduled it, you can go in your newsletter now. Angelica, my partner, has had a newsletter now for 7 years. And through that, she does the special offers. She actually takes people to the blog post that she's written and that other people have written, which are on topic, because the newsletter is about learning German. And it says, I mean, I click on open and click through every time. And when I find things of interest, I actually click on the link and read them. So email list. The time to start building an email list is now. If you don't know what to do, then I suggest that you go to, I'm just trying to find an easy way of actually typing this in. Just give me a minute. I can edit that. Okay, so send email notifications. Let me edit that. And if I go down here, we'll get there. I could have done this earlier. Just a minute. Just make sure I type that right, because I don't want to give you the wrong name. You are. Okay, update and apply. The email list system that I use is now on the screen down there, and it's called SendFox. And I reviewed all the email systems that are out there. There are ones that I've used years ago, which are still going, which I'm not going to reel off a list. All I'm going to say is SendFox may have a special deal on AppSumo. If not, it's got everything you need to create your own email list. How do you build an email list? One person at a time. Yeah. Start with friends. Invite them to subscribe. Make sure they open it. Ask them what they think about it. Because I mean, the thing is, it's trial and error. When you start a newsletter, you start with your idea of what's going to be great content, just like you do with a live broadcast. Basically, what you want to do is get the mix right. So get your friends to subscribe. Send out your first couple of newsletters. Get their feedback. Yeah, you'll do the same for them someday. But there is no better time to start an email list than now. The money's in the list. Friends have said that for years. And SendFox, SENDFOX. I think I've got that right. Just a minute. What have I done? Just a minute. Let's try and check that. It's not looking good. Okay. This is a live broadcast. I've got it. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I've done. Try again. Let's down. SendFox, not .SendFox, SendFox. Okay. Right, let's go back to the card. And we've gone down to point 7, send email notifications. Now, point 7, promote as you go live. This is with the scheduling system that we have today. This is so easy to do. Okay, back in the day, incredibly, Facebook Live is 7 years old in October. Back in the day, we used to promote a live broadcast the week before, 3 days before, and on the day. Since that we began doing that, life has changed, life has got faster, attention spans are shorter, and if you email somebody a week ahead, they're going to forget it. If you email somebody 3 days ahead, they're going to forget it. If you email somebody on the day, they might see it. If you promote on the day, people might see it. Okay, I post on my own personal profile. Yeah, unashamedly. As soon as I put this broadcast together, scheduled on YouTube, I post it onto my own personal profile with a link. Yeah? That's the first thing I did. When I set this up, I promoted 2 days before. Yeah? Today, though, rather than telling everybody about this at 8 a.m. Eastern, 2 hours before it started, I set my social media using this card, which I'll just bring on screen. Just a minute, I've lost it. Just let me bring this back on screen. Add the stream. Okay, I sent this card with a link to the YouTube video and with the times, and I sent this out 2 minutes before this show started. And that's to catch people in the moment. Yeah. If we send it out at 10 a.m. Eastern, people will catch me and I've already started talking. You want people to join you as you go live, and people won't begrudge you 2 minutes. So basically, my major post is 2 minutes before I go live here. And it's got that show card, it's got the time, it's got the title, it's got a description of what I'm going to be talking about. So I'm saying to you that you can schedule whether you use Hootsuite or Radar. I'm suggesting you use Radar. It's my favorite. Okay, Radar was created by a team of software engineers in Turkey, and it does everything that we want it to. I can go in there, I can post a picture using there, I can take the text from YouTube and the title, I can take which social media sites I want it to go, and I can do it at 9:58. And I knew, sat here 2 minutes before I went live, that the information for this broadcast was going out everywhere. I don't have a problems with this. Tell everybody, yeah, and some of it will stick. Some people will say, "Okay, I've seen that tweet. I know Stephen. I'm going to take a look because he's live now." Same on Facebook, yeah, LinkedIn. Spread the message about your live broadcast everywhere. Now, just to backtrack for a moment, this is the thing that I'm doing now, which works well. There is nothing to stop you as soon as you schedule the broadcast from promoting it. Nothing at all. The more you tell people, the more you remember. I mean, I'm lucky on this broadcast because coming back to the planning, I go live at 10 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday for OneStream.Live. That's a fact. And I post that everywhere. I show it. When on Amazon Live, I was showing yesterday, this card was yesterday on Amazon Live, and I was promoting this broadcast on Live. I'm no shame. I promote everywhere and anywhere that I'm in. And another thing, promote before as you go live, you could release a blog post at the same time. And because I'm on YouTube, I just thought of this, so I'm going to tell you. Right. If you wish, you could create a blog post. Because you've scheduled the broadcast, this is on YouTube. I can get the embed code from YouTube and I can embed this broadcast in a blog post, which gets published 2 minutes before I go live. And, okay, at the bottom of the blog post, yeah, you have a SendFox email sign up. So a blog post can actually allow people to watch the show without visiting YouTube. And it can be used for email sign-ups. So whilst people are watching you live, they can sign up for your email list. All of this comes together, yeah, over time. You're not going to do this overnight. This is hard work. I'm not going to pretend this is easy. This is hard work. You have to become known, liked, and trusted. But you can do it. The reason that people succeed is because they are focused. Yeah, they don't see bright shiny things. They don't go off track. My focus is on two things. My focus is on OneStream. So three things: OneStream, Amazon, and Be Live. That's my focus. That's my week every week, and it's different every week. It's exciting every week. Focus. If you want to promote a broadcast, that's your focus. Nothing else. Just blinkered on that broadcast and how you can promote it. Hopefully, what I'm talking about now will trigger some ideas. Okay, what I'm trying to do is trigger ideas. So let's go back, and I'm going to bring this on screen. And I'm going to go here and add to screen. Okay, and I'm still here. So we're down to number 8, and I'm just looking how we're doing time-wise. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live. I do appreciate you actually being here. I can't see your questions in my studio. That is going to change soon. So it's interaction. It's just me. But I do appreciate that you've taken time out of your day to actually join me on YouTube, on the OneStream.Live YouTube channel, and hopefully what I'm talking about is useful. Okay. So let's go take me off solo and go back to the card, and I'm going to bring the card over here. And the next thing we're going to talk about is, if I go here, yeah, the next thing we're going to talk about, you know what I'm doing, don't you? I'm actually looking for the okay, and now I can come back because I found it. Turn my glasses off. Okay, item number 8, share highlights from your live stream. And this is a key one, especially because I use OneStream.Live. Okay, there are two approaches to this. One, I'm only live on YouTube on the OneStream.Live YouTube channel. It's 3 hours at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I think that's right. I will also be live everywhere. I will repurpose this video so that it goes out on my YouTube channel, on Facebook, 3 places, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn. And this is the key. This is the greatest way of creating content there is. It's better than writing blogs. People love live video. I saw a stat the other day. Do you realize that 20% of the videos, 1 in 5 videos on Facebook, are live videos? There's a reason for that. People watch live video. And because of OneStream.Live's brilliant play a recording as live situation at 2 p.m. Eastern today, I will be live everywhere with this very broadcast. And I've got to tell you, this is true. Okay. People watch this live broadcast on OneStream.Live YouTube channel. I get hundreds of views in addition when I post it at 2 p.m. Eastern on my social media. What I'm saying is, through the replays, hundreds of people are actually watching this broadcast, which I'm thrilled about. I love the fact that OneStream have this facility. I couldn't do this with any other system. Just saying, OneStream have the ability. Now, that's sharing the whole show. So this full broadcast will go out Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn at 2 p.m. But hopefully, during the course of your broadcast, you said something memorable. And the odds are that if you broadcast for an hour, then during that show, you will actually say 3 or 4 things which you can snip. In other words, you can actually just take that section of the video and make a snippet out of it. Now you can use Camtasia or your favorite video editor. Just download the video to your hard drive, PC or Mac, go to your favorite video editor and take out a clip, a snip. Yeah? And this is a taster of your live broadcast. It's very difficult to ask people to sit down and watch 45, 50 minutes of your live broadcast. What you can do, however, is to do a snippet, an outtake, which is 2 to 5 minutes long, and people will watch it all. And you, whether you use it with Camtasia or with what's his name now? Just a minute, I just need to check something. Okay, or with ScreenPal. Let's just put in here. If I go down here and I go down to number 8, I'm just going to edit that, and I'm going to say if you're looking for, waiting for this, oh, I need to edit it again. Just a minute. This is fun. This is live video. Just allows me to catch my breath for a second, and I'm going to go here and edit, and I need to take the full stop out again. Okay, update and apply. So I'm suggesting that you actually use ScreenPal. Now, ScreenPal is I've been using for 6 years now. I've got an annual subscription. It's the best recorder I've found. It's so simple and so straightforward to use. You know, when you use a heavyweight application and you use about 20% of it because you don't need, even Word, you only use 20% of Word, you don't need the 80%. With ScreenPal, you use 80% of it because it's all useful. And that will allow you to take snippets from your broadcast, 2 to 5 minute chunks, and then you can use those to promote next week's broadcast. And everywhere you've got a social media presence, everywhere you're going to broadcast, post this snippet and let people see and build up a library of snippets. Yeah? Say that again, a library of snippets. So that at any given time you can say, right, okay, I think I should do a promotion. And you've got the videos ready and you can promote through snippets of your previous live broadcast. It's just easy to do. And do try out ScreenPal. No need to say I sent you, but ScreenPal is an excellent video editor and recorder.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Uh, start a group on Facebook or YouTube. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Next, email list. I mentioned SendFox. Email lists are golden, sending a newsletter out every week, which includes a link to your broadcast, includes a link to your past broadcast, gives information about the topic you're interested in. So make it it's not all about you. It's about the topic you're interested in, so that people can go off and look at other things. As I did with this show, I promoted as I went live at 9:58. The show card and information about the show went out on all my social media channels. The next thing, once you've created your live shows, there are content that you can repurpose. Share highlights from your live stream. And finally, go live on the day that you broadcast, just for a chat with people, just let them know you're about, get them involved. I love the fact that my friends get involved in what I do. I love you for actually watching this live broadcast today. I love OneStream because it's the best one-stop shop for live broadcasting. It's been my pleasure to broadcast live today on the OneStream.Live YouTube channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. I'm back. I'm just promoting my next show. I'm back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern in the same place. So if you watch me on YouTube Live, big thank you. If you watch me on my social media at 2 p.m. Eastern, thank you. Take care. Enjoy your day. Bye for now.